listed at a 29% premium to its IPO price. I have with me the chairman and managing director, Mr. Rajendra Gandhi. Congratulations on listing on exchanges today.
Thank
Let me start off by asking you, how was Stovecraft's performance in the December quarter?
Yeah, very soon we will be sharing the details of our performance in the maybe the third week of February, and I can only tell you that all investors will be very happy with the performance.
Okay, but do we expect the kind of performance we've seen in the first, in the first half of the year to continue even in the third quarter?
Yeah, we've been doing well. So we are the opportunity that is ahead of us is given us an opportunity to perform well, I can say, and you need to only wait for a very small time. I'm sure with the numbers that will be shared, I'm sure each one of us will be happy.
Sir, can you give us a guidance on how you expect Stovecraft's revenue to pan out over the next 5 years?
We have been growing faster than the industry. We were continuously recalibrating our business from non-brand to brand. Today, that part of the journey is over. So we remain only with the brand business. And at the rate that we are growing, actually it has accelerated with the opportunity. More and more people globally, more particularly in the country, are dining at home. Cooking is a celebration now. So this is offering us more opportunity to give, I mean, all the offerings that the company offers, it is giving us more opportunity to serve our consumers. And this opportunity is leading to higher growth. And I can say that we believe that we can grow faster than what we were growing. And that's the way the journey forward for us.
Even on the margin front, do you expect a strong margin or strong growth in your margins? Considering the first 6 months, your margins grew pretty well compared to last year. So, do we see that kind of performance continuing in the December quarter and also going ahead?
The operational leverage is already setting. So with this, we can only see northwards on the margin side. The costs are already covered with the current revenue levels, and so as we grow, our margins will obviously grow. In spite of being able to keep our consumers happy with our offerings at the positioning the brand is, we would want to be an aggressive player. We want the consumers to be more happy with and find value in our products. But at the same time, with the scale at what we are growing at the scale that we foresee, I can say that the investors will be equally happy too.
Okay. So, can you give us an idea about how many more distributors you plan to add to your network over the next few quarters, considering you have a strong base in the south?
So that's yeah, we are strong in the south. There's a lot of opportunity for us in the remaining parts of the country, and there is a continuous affair. We keep adding distributors, and that is a process by itself, as both in terms of the geographical expansion that we continue to do, and as we get more and more scale and more opportunity, we enhance our distributors number of distributors catering to the same area, so that the penetration is more deeper. But this is a continuous affair. We continue to it's an ongoing. I can say it's not a one-day affair. It's not a one-time thing. There's a continuous thing that we keep doing.
Sure. So you must have put a target in place as to how many distributors you will have on board, probably at the end of this financial year, or probably at the end of the first half of next year. If you could give us the target that you have set within Stovecraft.
So it's not by the number that is the distribution expansion is driven. It is by the opportunity and the capability of the existing distributor to cater to that region. If there is a need that we need to increase number of distributors from the existing area itself, we definitely do that. There's a process, but it is a continuous affair. It is to cater to the demand rather than you just count the number of distributors. I guess.
Since your revenue breakup from the south, or the contribution of revenue from the south is higher compared to the rest of the country, which are the next regions that you are looking to expand it more aggressively? And will this also cause your revenue contribution from the south to reduce over a period of time?
It is more so in the general trade, but we are also in other channels. Modern retail and e-commerce offers us a larger spread. I mean, area. We are more or less equally present in across the country in our e-commerce because this has also given us an opportunity to reach every nook and corner of the country. The way the channel operates, also the modern retailers as they are growing, we work with all these modern retailers, and as and when they open new stores across the country, we are also there. So I can say the opportunity is more bigger in the general trade for us, where we are not very strong, where the penetration is not very deep. But otherwise, we are there across the country, and the bigger growth in terms of percentage because of the lower base is larger in these markets. That is the north, east, and I can also say in the west we have this opportunity bigger than the south. But because the base is larger, we are equally growing there. But in terms of percentage, the growth rates in the south will be, relatively lower.
Okay. And sir, lastly, can you tell us what are the new launches that we expect from your end by the end of next of this financial year? And in the
So
first half,
R&D is a continuous affair, and we keep exciting our consumers with whatever it has to do with kitchen and home. And we have been in the particularly I can say it has the COVID times when all of us were locked down. It has hastened the pace of R&D. We have actually developed some few products, very exciting products. You will see them very soon in the market.
okay. Thank you so much, sir, for taking the time out to speak with us.
Thank you.